transformation, true birth, true renewal. His old ways of thinking regarding life, self, and other, and meaning reach a grand completion of death. He expands and ascends into higher thinking, communicating with the divine again. And as the bullet goes back into him, he becomes whole again. Continues flash to girl as human girl, having her revelation. Girl as a human girl meets into her divine God self again, at long last, and lays upon beauty, receiving from her inner and outer universe totalities all her unlimited, all-powerful, inherent divine gifts, finally at most magnificent peace. Continuous flashback to man and Psyche. Man reaches his hand out and Psyche grabs it, and the two brothers, majestical line to majestical line, king to king, equal to equal, looking each other in their powerful eyes, heart to heart, hand grasping hand, eternities of knowledge and divinity and truth and love, passing between them in the connected channel of equal to equal. The two men walk together, arm around each other, into the glorious sunset as the desert blooms and blooms and blooms. They ascend the hills, the clouds, the sun's rays, the ether of life, the shifting dimensions of new reality, the great grand universe, and into heaven. They are seen as the morning and evening stars, joined in wafting miracles through the sky to slowly disappear into the great celestialities. The hovering bullet glows and remains as a miracle in the lush flowering desert, the last original outpost in the wild west of the wilderness of the mind. Children of all kinds, transparent rainbow children, translucent crystal children, indigo keepers of the violet flame, ray children, zephyr, zebra, xylophone children, fairy wonder children, scorpionic, eagle phoenix children, lion kit children, bull bear moose children, cow children, hero, savior children, unicorn, pegasus, cheating children, kogi kids, and more. Grow out of the desert flowers and play with the hovering bullet of peace and love. The glowing magnetic force of the bullets pulls and pushes their wonder-filled children, and they laugh in delight, running about, trying to catch the bullet. They jump and play and sound to each other in magical, esoteric sounds, and laugh with all the joy and innocence of childhood. The children are just formed in the transparent, translucent casing, a delivery and rainbow bubble. The bullet's long, unending former life of sacrifice and yearning gives way joyously to this happy, easeful new hope, a new true life, a new reality and eternity. Into the center crossroad of town that cross-sections the crazy heart path, Jesus, man, strode, human, earth worker, George, meaning earth worker. Okay, so this is the sense. Into the center crossroad of town, the bullet's long, unending former life of sacrifice and yearning gives way joyously to this happy, easeful new hope, a new true life, a new reality and eternity. Into the center crossroad of town that cross-sections the crazy heart path, man strode. Human comes stumbling naked, numb, delirious, and insane on the horizon boughs of the tree of life, hallucinating as he hallucinostrides this other holy crazy heart path, the straggled remnants of his crazy heart, mind, body, and soul in weary shambles. The bruising gifts of the rapacious urchins of the world remain all over his body like strange kiss marks. He has stumbled across the whole wide world, the physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, psycho-hell of pain, suffering, death, and disease. The emotional torment of the collective consciousness, the Dali-esque, whole dead spiritual landscape of man, the deserted apocalypse of the human mind, and the death of the human heart to arrive here in this strange, apocalyptic last frontier of the last shootout of the human heart, mind, body, and soul. Children are his first fear and the last thing he needs to see in his pre-death, near-death state state of delirium, pain, illness, and insanity. He stumbles and wades deliriously through the gathering and hordes of playing children, whether they be flesh imaginings of the divine mind or mirages of his deserted soul. And across the deep footprints of man, to make his way somewhere, anywhere, to the other end of the universe. It is the long, long, long dark night of his soul, and at this exact cross center of town, he becomes St. John of the Cross. Cross as in the cross, bearing the cross of suffering that sometimes, for some stupid reason, we believe we need to suffer. And that's an old way, and the new way is just love and being happy. Suffering's not needed. John representing every man. It is the long, long, long dark night of his soul, and at this exact cross center of town, he, human, becomes John of the Cross, St. John of the Cross, symbolically crucified on the two searing golden light paths of the crazy heart on the loose, the crazy holy heart on the loose, on his long hero's journey, after death, after long continuous death, without being able to die, he, a damned, doomed, dissatisfied, disenchanted, disillusioned wanderer, an eternally weary, goddamn lost wanderer, eternally punished at the forced gunpoint of wanderlust, a 5 of spades of a 5 spear point barreled gunpoint of the free body, trapped within the restless traveling wanderer, held to the back of the 5 clubs of the free mind, still caught within restless, dissatisfied, ever-changing mind, welcomes death as a long, dark, comforting sleep to envelop his great eternal weariness, an ace of spades of death, whose arms can envelop him into the darkness and past the point of darkness. The bullet follows, crucified him as he stumbles forward, onward, hellward, into the deepest, darkest chamber of his innermost secret heart and all that is left of himself. The bullet zings a benumbed, insane human on the right side of his already pain posterior. Children shout and laugh with uproarious glee and hilarity and start to chase the bullet and human. The bullet catalyzes in human's posterior, a magic molecule of the many magic molecules that lay dormant in the mind, molecules and magic that is the human body. Like a glowing golden divine spark, inspiration, the magic molecule travels an inner undulation from the side of human's inner base to near the front of his mind, and it opens his mind's eye, imagination. Human being the earth worker, George meaning earth worker, or human, representing the everyman, John. At the same time, the bullet zings into the sky, glorious and with such force, it becomes an infinite, all-powerful stream of light, rising up into the higher atmospheres, a vertical highway into heaven, and it opens a portal in the sky. The portal is a portal of explanation, which reveals. Human runs. He spends his whole youth running from everything. He even runs past Joker, running from his own life. Lover trying to hitch a ride on the lamb from his own life. Philosopher being stalked by a killer of a ship. Seeker sucking the life out of himself. Harvester deluged in his own fame. Purist fighting it out with his own life. And some stupid guy on TV telling people the facts of life, who somehow by the time human has lapped the world, become a movie star by tongue-lapping the world in smooth sycophancy. He runs from his fear, his guilt, his shame, his self-loathing, his confusion. His young life is a beautiful, painful, free-floating